Hey guys, what is up? This is a fast break report here, bringing you guys another vlog, and I don't want to overreact, but that's what we do on this channel, so I'm going to overreact to none other than Scoot Henderson. I'm not going to go too crazy, okay, but there is one aspect of his game that is irritating the absolute shit out of me, and it irritates me because I feel like it's something like if you went to a good basketball school or had a good basketball coach, right, they taught you this, right? But apparently nobody taught Scoot Henderson this, so I'm gonna go over it. But for starters, I just want to say, okay, I feel like Scoot Henderson was dealt a bad hand, okay, or a raw hand. You know, he had a rough shuffle of the cards because he came into the NBA draft out of the G League Ignite, and people. I don't know why. I don't think the G League Ignite produces great players. I'm just going to call it what it is. The best player, the highest player ever drafted out of the G League Ignite has been Jalen Green and then Scoot Henderson. And Jalen Green is a 42 and 33 guy or a 42 and 34 guy. For the past 2 years, he's shot in like 42% from the field and either 34 or 33% from three. We are now, what, 18 or 19 games into his third season, and it's still the same fucking result. The numbers are literally almost identical. And I kind of worry that the G League Ignite produces NBA players, just not good NBA players. You know, not perennial all-star level players. Now, granted, Jalen Green is only in his third year, and Scoot Henderson is a rookie, and there are some good guys that come out of the G League Ignite. You got Jonathan Kuminga, who's alright, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think these guys are like all it's cracked up to be, or have been everything that we thought it would be. We still have yet to see what Leonard Miller's gonna be, and Dyson Daniels. But I'm starting to get cautious about drafting G League Ignite players because I haven't seen any of them really like take off, you know what I'm saying? Jalen Green, his first year, his rookie year, we're like, okay, that's impressive, but he's been the same fucking player ever since. There hasn't been any improvement, and that's kind of what I worry about with these players who come out of high school and just get paid to go play in the G League Ignite, and then they make it to the NBA, and it's almost as if like they just don't have to work on their game. And that's why I think college is such a benefit compared to the G League Ignite, is because it seems like the guys who come out of college have incentive, or, you know, to actually work on their game and get better, whereas the guys in the G League Ignite have already made, what, 100 grand or something, like just to go play for them, and they've gotten $100,000, so they've become lax and less competitive. I feel like that's a disadvantage to the G League Ignite, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be what it's going to be. But Scoot Henderson is another case of a guy that just couldn't hit the broadside of a fucking barn when it comes to shooting. Now, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because A, he's a rookie, B, he's only played 11 games for the Portland Trailblazers, and C, he had eye problems. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but he just had, I don't know if he got LASIK or not, but apparently his vision was really bad. He couldn't really see the basket. So there is a chance for improvement there shooting-wise, so I'm not going to go in too crazy on the shooting numbers, because, you know, Rudy Gay shot like shit for a long time, and then, you know, he got his vision corrected and ended up being a pretty good shooter. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Scoot Henderson as far as the shooting numbers go. But I'm at a point now where, you know, I want to wait and see how that develops. But the one thing about Scoot Henderson that has just absolutely irritated the fuck out of me is the idea that this man cannot stop fouling people, man. I mean, this is something that I feel like everyone is taught in fucking, like, middle school, like, grade school, is that if you're gonna play defense, don't reach in, okay? Like, the worst thing you can do is get reach-in fouls, because even most players in the NBA, not all of them, but a vast majority of them, when they get steals, it's in the passing lane, okay? When someone's trying to pass the ball to your man, and you stick a hand out there to block the passing lane, and you knock the ball away, and you're off to the races on a fast break, okay? That's how most people get their steals. Or, you know, somebody, you know, mishandles their dribble, and they put it out here too far, and then you get a steal. Scoot Henderson, in the last 5 games that he has played, in 4 of them, he has gotten 5 personal fouls, okay? And I'm growing concerned with this because I'm starting to think that Scoot Henderson is relying on fouls as a crutch for defense, okay? Last night, I'll give you a fun story. I had a 3-leg parlay going that was going to pay me out $438, right? On a $25 bet. I cashed it out a little early because I was like, okay, the last bet I needed was Stephen Curry to score 30+ points. And so I watched this game against Portland, and Steph Curry started off horrible, okay? He ended up having only, he was shooting like 1 of 7 or 1 of 8 when I finally shut the game off, and then for most of the first quarter, it seemed like he was just sitting on the bench. I was like, yeah, you know what, 30 points is probably not happening for Curry tonight. I woke up the next morning, and he scored 31. Okay, now he shot 11 free throws. Scoot Henderson had 3 fouls in the first fucking quarter. Okay, one of the things that they teach you in high school, in JV, unmodified, if you had a decent coach, the coach told you all you have to do is slide your feet, stay in front of your guy, and put your fucking hands up, okay? That's all you had to do. This extra bullshit of reaching in and trying to steal the ball, my coach has always told me not to do it because 9 times out of 10, you're more likely to get a foul than you are to actually hit the fucking basketball. And being that Scoot Henderson is a rookie, he's not a LeBron James, he's not a Steph Curry, he's not a Damian Lillard, he's not a Joel Embiid, okay? He's not a solidified vet in the league yet. When he does these things, they are going to call it as a foul, okay? But the problem is, Scoot Henderson keeps fucking doing it. And I gotta, you know, it's admirable, you know what I'm saying? It's nice that he's trying to play defense, but the fact of the matter is, he's trying to play defense. He, in some cases, it seems like he knows he's outmatched, and, you know, instead of letting his guy go by him once he's beat, he's trying to get the fucking ball or block the shot or do all this, and it's commendable, but he's giving them free points. He's giving them and ones. You know what I'm saying? So, like last night when we were playing, when the Golden State Warriors were playing Portland, I was actually curious to watch Scoot Henderson play because I'm like, okay, he got his eyes adjusted. He's wearing glasses now. Like, let's see how dude plays. In the first fucking quarter, my man had 3 fouls. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild to me that, like, this is, like, it's just wild to me that, like, nobody is, like, you know, I don't know if anybody's penalizing him for doing these types of things, but, like, the turnovers have gotten better. I will say that, like, he's averaging, like, maybe 1 or 2 turnovers a game, maybe 3, I don't know, but I get that he's only played 11 games, and there's still a lot of room for growth. I don't want to go too crazy, but the man's averaging 4.2 personal fouls a game, okay? My man is borderline fouling out every fucking game, and he's only played 11 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you can't do that. If I would be honest, like, somebody on that team needs to teach Scoot Henderson that, like, reaching in is not it. You know what I'm saying? And it's honestly, I don't know if Scoot Henderson realizes this, but when you do that, like, it's hurting your playing time. Like, I hope somebody is making that, like, known to him. Like, hey, when you get 3 fouls in the first quarter, understand, I pretty much can't play you the entire second quarter, right? And if he would just stay in front of his man rather than try to do all this extra shit and be the next Chris Paul or some crazy shit like that, or Drew Holiday, like, if he would just stay in front of his guy, put his hands up, slide his feet, there's other shit you can do, man. Like, there's other shit you can do other than smack the shit out of your defender's hands all the time, okay? Like, you can watch their hips for which direction they're gonna go. If they're posting you up, you can use 2 fingers, okay? You can't put your hands on their hips, but you can use 2 fingers, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to get around it, you know? There's loopholes to the shit. It just, like, that's something I was taught, okay? Like, if an offensive player backs you down, put your 2 fingers on their hips or on the side of their hips to find out which direction they're going to turn, okay? Like, that's something you can do. But the idea, man, that, like, I get that he's 19 too, he's very young, you know, he's naive, he's probably not the easiest kid in the world to coach because he believes, you know, the way that I've been doing it throughout high school got me to the G League Ignite, made me $100 grand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got drafted into the NBA, so the way that I've been doing shit is working, so I'm going to keep doing it the way that I've been doing it. But if he wants to stay in the NBA and continue to get playing time, you can't be fouling Steph Curry like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't be giving Steph Curry 11 free throws. You can't be giving Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, all you just can't be giving them free throws, all right? They are going to fucking make them. And that's another thing with Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson's not shooting well from the free throw line either, 66%. But I'm not gonna go to the extent and call him a bust, because I've already seen people. I've even seen Trailblazers fans are like, he's a bust already. It's all over, like on Twitter. I've seen that reaction already. But it's just the idea, man. Like I feel like people thought Scoot Henderson was more NBA ready than he actually is, and I think that's part of the reason, like, you see people coming down so hard on him is because, like, they were comparing him to Victor Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? They're like there were people out there who were saying I would legitimately take Scoot Henderson over Victor Wembanyama. Like, it was a talking point on basketball YouTube for a while, and I was like, bro, like, sorry, there's not a cold chance in hell I'm taking Scoot Henderson over Victor Wembanyama, and this is partially why. Like, it was pretty obvious, like, he wasn't NBA ready, and, like, yeah, you look good playing in the G League against guys who could be in the NBA, but when you start going against Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, you know what I'm saying, Damian Lillards of the world, even the Trae Youngs of the world, suddenly, you know, you're not, you know, we're not in Kansas anymore, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to give up on Scoot Henderson. You know, I will at least let him play another year or two before I call him a fucking trash can. But it's just the idea. He's got I'm going to be honest, and this is probably not going to, actually, it really doesn't matter. Never mind, I'm not going to say that. But, like, I was going to say you should just send Scoot Henderson down to the fucking G League, but the fact of the matter is he already played in the G League. But I don't know, maybe to get his confidence up, maybe get him a run, like, maybe send him down to the G League for a couple games, get his confidence back up, let him go out there and, like, ice some motherfuckers up, and then bring him back up and see how he does on the NBA level. It's just the idea. I almost don't think Scoot Henderson is NBA ready at all. I'm just going to call it what it is. Like, I think he was drafted way too high. I think, in a way, like, people got rose-tinted glasses when looking at him because of the games he played against Wembanyama. But so far, his rookie campaign has not been good 11 games in. And I understand it's only 11 games, and he's only started for 5 of them. But he's got a lot of work to do in the shooting department, in the defense department, even in the playmaking department in some instances. It's just, like, really the main things that stick out to Scoot Henderson right now, or at least about him, are his finishing ability and his ability to, you know, play make. And unfortunately, he's shooting 35% from the field and 20% from 3. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't want to call Scoot Henderson a bust, but it is not looking good to start. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I'm still gonna give him an opportunity, but, you know, it's not looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm really hoping that the shooting gets better, with the eye problems, like, now that those are resolved. And I hope somebody is telling him that you cannot continue to foul the ever-living piss out of people and expect to continue to, A, win games, and B, get playing time. You know, because the fouls are just, they're stupid fouls too. Like, dude, just fucking play defense. Don't fucking reach in on Steph Curry or Kyrie Irving. What the fuck are you doing? I don't know. But anyway, tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. Like, helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.